Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're doing something a little bit different. So, as the description states, I'm doing a B1 course, and as part of that course, we need to write, it's a project, we need to write and also narrate an entire, well, not an entire, it's just supposed to be short, but we're supposed to create our own fable. Sure, you know what fables are? They're these tiny stories, moral stories usually, but they don't have any human beings, they just have animals. And the most popular, of course, is Aesop's fables. I'm sure you read some as a child, but most probably in English and not in German. But it's kind of like a translation anyway. You know, you have Grimm's stories. They were originally German, they were translated into English. So a lot of these were actually, anyway, originally German. So what I want to do is kind of show you how I'm going to do this. I've started pretty late, to be honest. I have a deadline. I need to upload my audio file by the 17th or 18th, I think. So I want to finish it by the 17th, of course, but I've just, had so much work that I couldn't really, let me just my, okay. Yeah, I couldn't really get to it until now, and it's kind of like, there's so many options, you kind of feel, where do I begin from? And then I've been sick for a while, so yeah, that was a bit difficult. So I have a whole bunch of links here that I've collected, just like, some info that I find useful. Now, of course, you probably, depending on which course you're doing, since I'm doing a course through the local university, they have this as a component as well, because from B1 onward, it's not just language studies, it's also culture studies, literature as well. So yeah, that's why I'm not doing sorry, I've got a bad throat. So that's why I'm not doing a course book exercise right now. I just want to get this thing done with. Okay, so I'm not sure how many videos this is gonna be. It could be like 3, 4, 5, I don't know, probably around that much. And feel free to, like, fast forward and skip ahead. You can click on the right arrow to skip ahead, or you can click on L on your keyboard and that skips ahead by 10 minutes, because I'm going to be doing a lot of talking, a lot of thinking. I'm just starting out. I'm not like an expert at this, okay? I'm just showing you what I did, because this could probably be helpful for, people who do the B1 course like next year, for example, right? And I am going to make the videos private after I'm done recording them, because, well, everybody's still working on their stories, and I don't want like there to be anything copied, right? But I will make all the videos public again on the 18th of December when the deadline is up. So yeah, if you also have an assignment like this, especially if you're doing the B1 German course from Mumbai University, you're gonna love this series. At least I hope so. And while you're here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, okay? That really helps out with the algorithm and stuff. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is, see, before you write something, you need to read. You cannot really create something out of nothing. I mean, we're supposed to write an original thing, okay? So it's not like, it's not really the writing that's the most important thing. Well, it's kind of like a mixture, because we were told that we're going to be judged by our pronunciation, intonation, and all of those things. So it's really kind of that which is the focus, because a lot of people may not pay attention to that kind of thing, especially when you're just starting out learning a language, like in A1 or something. But now that you're in B1, you're expected to be aware of these things. A lot of people do kind of, talk and read in kind of a flat manner, without really, considering that, hey, I need to like be aware of, pronunciation, sounds, intonation, stress, things of that sort. So not only am I going to show you how I, do my research and write my entire fable, I am planning to add some music. It's not necessary. The only thing they expect you to do is to write your tiny, tiny. It doesn't have to be huge. I think she said it could be like 2 sides of 1 page, so not much. It doesn't have to be this huge story, not at all. That's the expectation from the teachers, but what I plan to do is I really want to make it a whole project. So I have a keyboard, I make little tunes, so I'm gonna incorporate some music. I'm gonna show you how you can record yourself in the best possible quality. You know, you don't really need to have a separate mic. I do, but then again, it's just a very basic mic, nothing special, okay? You can use your phone. Phones nowadays have the best mics, so you can use that. You can put that into it. I'm going to show you everything, all right? That's why I'm live streaming. Okay, so today I'm just going to read and, you know, like get content, because see, if you want to, you need to first read to really understand, okay, what is a fable really like? I'm using the English pronunciation. Fabel, okay, what are they really like? What are the components? How do they normally start and end? How long are they? It's good to like go through stuff 100 times. Of course, I know what a fable is. It's not like I don't know what it is, but it's just important that I do it well. It's just an internal project. I'm just doing this as a hobby, but I still find it important to do well. I cannot just be like in a class of 30, me being average. That's not going to cut it for me personally. That's just the way I'm built. So before you write something, you need content. You're not going to copy the content, of course not. But even if you were to, for example, you wanted to make music and you never heard a lot of music, how are you going to create music? It's not that you're going to copy. It's just that you need to understand things like patterns, of course get some theoretical knowledge as well, and all of those possibilities, right? That makes it a lot easier. So yeah, that's the first step ideal. You don't want to just start from a blank piece of paper. Let's say, you know, I'm starting and I just say, okay, es war einmal eine, just take some, let's say ein Hund, blah, 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 blah. And what am I going to do? I'm going to, like, you know, spend hours and hours just thinking, okay, what is the dog going to do? What is it like? You know, all of that is just not the best use of your time. So first, just, yeah, I've collected a whole bunch of links. I'm gonna go through them. These 3 are YouTube videos, so you can just watch those. I already have. I'm not gonna play them because I can't do that on YouTube. But you can just, you know, search for this and you'll find. This is one video, and you'll find a lot of good videos. But of course, they're entirely in German, and you may not really understand what the entire video is saying. Depends on your level, of course. So yeah, this is a link. This is another link. It's a video again. Okay, I don't know why. Okay, anyway. So they have the whole explanation here. What is a fable? You all know the story. There's a hare, actually, not a rabbit, a hare, and there's a turtle, the tortoise actually, and they have a race, and the rabbit, of course, is a very quick animal, and you know, it's like super proud of itself, and it thinks that, oh, I'm super quick, I can just rest, you know, I don't have to keep running. And the tortoise, even though it's slow, you know, it's slow and steady, wins the race, right? That's where we have it from. So that's essentially what it is. I'm not going to play the whole thing here, but you can see the link. You can just, you know, go and watch it. They have some text here. I'm just going to read that because I need to like be 100% sure. So you don't have any human beings, you just have animals, yeah? Characteristics, very short. It's just, you know, it's not like lyrical, there's no rhyming, there's no rhymes at all. It's not poetry, okay? There's no verses and things like that. So there's, you have a few things here. You need to first tell a story. There needs to be dialogue, right? One person, I mean, not a person, but an animal says something, and the other animal says something else, and the other animal says something else, and the animal responds. Stuff like that. Usually you just have like 2, maybe 3 animals. You don't have a whole lot. You can even have plants, by the way. Oh, that's not very common. So, and then you have a solution to some kind of problem, and of course you have the overarching, you know, moral of the story. You don't mention any kind of fixed time, any kind of, so you don't say, you know, like, oh, in 1900 blah blah blah. You don't say in Lower Austria. You don't mention anything specific, like nothing specific, right? Because the whole point of a fable is for people to read that, well, usually children, of course, to read that and to understand something about behavior, something about wisdom, right? Like pride comes before the fall. A lion, or what, a cheetah or a leopard never changes its spots, and of course, you know, this one that we just saw here, slow and steady wins the race, things like that, right? Without like saying there was this one man and there's this another man, without including human beings, without including any kind of time. The fact is, when you have a story like this, you don't include a time, and you don't include any regional, you know, a fixed geographical place, because you want your story to be relatable, like now, 100 years from now, 1,000 years from now, right? Because often with a lot of normal stories, right, they tend to have such characteristics, like things, ideas that people only believed it in the past and things of that sort. That's kind of why, that's my explanation of why a fable does not really have any kind of fixed time or fixed. They're supposed to be timeless. The wisdom is supposed to be timeless. So that's there. They have the animals, they have their own characteristics. For example, yeah, the wolf is always, you know, evil, always betrays. You can't change those characteristics, really. You might be surprised, like let's say there was a story about a lion and a mouse, and the lion lets the mouse go, like it doesn't eat the mouse, because the mouse is like, oh, no, 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 I'm just a tiny little mouse, you know, maybe I can help you someday, don't eat me, don't eat me. And the lion is like, oh, well, yeah, okay. Now you might think, sorry about the coughing, I have a bad throat. Now you might think that's weird, why did the lion let the mouse go? But the thing is, the lion is not like bloodthirsty. The lion is supposed to be a proud animal, a very honorable animal, right? And so later in the story, when I first read it as a child, I was also surprised. What happens here is that the lion then gets caught in a hunter's net, and at that time, right, because the mouse sees him and he's like, you know, I want to repay your kindness, let me, you know, chew off these this net. And so, you know, the mouse frees the lion. So the point here is, you've got an animal that, you know, keeps its word, it's honorable, it's you know, that's kind of the point. It's a proud animal, it's honorable, it's loyal, right? So the fact that the lion didn't just eat the mouse the first time around can be surprising, but it's not out of character, right? So you can't just suddenly say, for example, you can't have a story where the lion betrays the mouse, for example, or something like that. Maybe I'm like misremembering a few things, but like, oh, of course, this was a long time ago when I initially read these stories in English. Yeah. Oh, just a sec. Right. So what was I saying? Sorry, I was just reading a message. Right. So that's that. So don't change. Like, don't write a story where the wolf is this nice guy, and no, it doesn't work. They are kind of traditional in a way, right? So you can't change that. You can't write a fable where the wolf is a nice guy and the fox is dumb. No, and the monkey is like extremely stupid or something. No, you can't do that, right? You can't. You can, nothing's stopping you, but it's gonna look weird. And although, I mean, the explanations that I'm giving you, like, our teachers didn't tell us any of this. They just told us, hey, okay, here's what a story consists of. This exact page was shared with us by our professors. But of course, they expect you to do your own research. They don't you can't really expect everything to be spoon-fed in a course, right? So that's what I'm telling you is, if you want to, you know, do well, if you have a project like this, you want to keep these things in mind. These are fairly traditional for the most part. So yeah, don't make the wolf a cute little guy, and you know, don't make the fox dumb. Don't do anything of that sort. they have fixed characteristics, and you can in fact Eigenschaften, you can just like put that into Google. That's what I would do, you know, Eigenschaften, Tiere, Fabel. See, there's so much out there. If you're confused, okay, which animal should I pick? I don't really know. I'm not really creative. What do I pick? I have no idea. There's so much. Look at this. If you even go on to Google, you'll find so much information. For example, rabbits are always afraid and very, you know, like they have a lot of angst. You know, it's the same word, but has a different meaning in German. Anyway, that's an interesting little diagram. So, Tiger, dumm, unvorsichtig. So you can't change these characteristics. Yeah, wolves are always hungry. Wolves are always greedy. Wolves are always bad. Wolves are always dangerous. You can't change that. But crows are always, you know, they're always dumb. They want to steal things. They're cheeky. So you've got this little thing you can choose. It can be any character. It doesn't. I mean, the weirder the pairing, you might have, you know, a more interesting story if you have, you know, an interesting, instead of always being like, oh, the lion and whatever, the fox or whatever. Because, you know, try and make it interesting. It doesn't have to be, but I'm just saying, if you want to write something really cool, there's a lot of info on the internet. Oh, I cannot see an image. Anyway, I'm going to cross that out. Fabel. Der Fuchs ist offenkundig, lustig, schlau, hier. And you have all these, usually they even have names, and you should definitely, you can try, it's not necessary to give it a name, but you can. I've chosen, it's not fixed yet, but I have these ideas. I'm gonna have, so I'm gonna have a lamb, not one lamb in fact, a few, or maybe I might just have rabbits, I don't know. I think the idea of a lamb is more traditional. Like, why would a rabbit? Because I have, of course, you have the villain and you have, you know, the victim. That's a story that I chose. It doesn't always have to be villain and victim. It can be, for example, one of the students from our batch has already uploaded her, you know, story, and I think hers was something about a parrot and a snail, and the snail wanted to be the parrot's friend, but he was like, I don't know, unsure or something, and they like, you know, there was a situation, I don't remember much of it, to be honest, but yeah, it was just a nice little cute story, you know, about friendship. So choose your idea, choose your theme. Do you want to write about, you know, like friendship, loyalty, support, betrayal, what, you know, because there's all kinds. There's this one really funny story I read, well, not funny, but okay, very, very tiny. A donkey has like something stuck in its foot, and it's, you know, a lion comes across the donkey, and of course the lion is, you know, not the lion, sorry, it's a wolf, or was it the lion? I'm not really sure. But some animal, I don't think it was a lion, I'm not sure, but anyway, so obviously the donkey is like scared, and he's like, hey, please don't eat me, you know, look, I'm so pathetic, you know, look at, you know, what's happened to me, I'm in such a bad state, you know, don't eat me, you know, like I'm already suffering. and the wolf or whatever, he's like, oh yeah, my God, I can really see you're suffering, you know, it would be so wrong of me to allow you to suffer, so I'm going to put you out of your suffering, and I'm going to eat you. And he immediately, you know, ate the donkey. And that's the end, that's the story. They're, of course, it's very grim, and they usually tend to be like that. So yeah, very traditional, in fact, if you have that kind of, you know, villain victim type of thing. So here I have a snake. I don't know if I want to keep that as a snake or maybe something else, but I wanted to go with like a scorpion or something. If they're tiny, and you know, you don't normally think that, I mean, usually you're scared of like the big animals, bears and tigers and whatever, but then I was like thinking, I don't really think scorpions exist in the Dach area. You can find them in deserts and places like that, so the whole, you know, it doesn't really match with the whole vibe. It doesn't have to be that way, but I would like to keep it like very traditional, like animals that you can in fact find, like, let's say in you know, Austria, Germany, whatever else. So I just wanted to keep it very, very topical, in a way that seems realistic. So I figured, okay, you have snakes pretty much everywhere in the world, so snakes, that's fine. We'll have a snake as like this really, evil villain. We'll have a snake as a villain, and we'll have maybe lambs because they're kind of silly, and they are foolish. Yes. Let me just check anyway. We have like lists. You can easily check. Als Mensch. Oh, okay. Do you see lambs are dumb and they're very weak and they don't have any rights? They're essentially losers in a story. They believe, they're very a lamb can also be a symbol of faith, so if you have a story like that, that can actually be pretty good. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of lambs, in fact, a whole bunch of sheep. Essentially, the sheep are kind of silly. In my story, they believe what the snake says. And now, when you think of the snake, you immediately think of the story of Adam and Eve, which is very interesting. I didn't think about that earlier. The snake is always the one that leads you to your doom. Very interesting. I didn't think about that earlier. So I have these two characters. I don't know if it's just going to be one snake, but maybe there can be two. My idea was something like this, and that there's maybe like a snake recently attacked, one of the sheep or one of the lambs. And of course, naturally, they're scared, but the other snake, approaches. He's like very smart. And that's like kind of my idea. I'm just like verbalizing it so I can put it down later. I've collected like a few words that you often find, ein Weilchen später, es war einmal, things like that I want to include in my own story. So you can. And of course, I haven't even begun reading, for example, Fabel. So I'm gonna read a few of these so I can get a good idea of the content, right? For Kinder. And even if you read like Der Wolf und der Fuchs, even if you have read it already, doesn't hurt to read it once more. You even have videos that you can. In fact, I would say definitely watch videos because, again, if you're doing the same course I am, whether it's this year, next year, 5 years later, I'm sure they'll kind of have the same thing. It's a good idea to listen, so you'll have, a good idea of intonation and things like that. If that's not something that you're already familiar with, because not everybody really always pays attention to, stress, intonation, etc. Varying your, modulating your voice. Oh yeah, online lesen. Hello. Oh yeah. Oh, that's nice. Oh look, that's such a nice website. Das Lamm und der Wolf. Okay. Ein Lämmchen, very tiny lamb, so cute. It's very direct, There's no like, oh, in this field, in some whatever, village, where the sun always shone and there were never any clouds and blah 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 blah. None of that. Like you might have that in a Märchen, in a very typical story, short story, long story, etc. But no, here very, very, very direct, right in the action, right in, like, very direct. Ein Lämmchen löschte einem Bache seinen Durst. So he quenched his thirst in a little brook, fern von ihm, aber näher der Quelle tat ein Wolf das Gleiche. So a little bit at a distance from him, but still close enough, a wolf did the same thing. And you can already probably see where this is headed. It's not very difficult to understand. There's the wolf's probably going to eat the lamb. Calm. Okay. Ich stehe hier unter, du so weit oben, das was zu mir. And the wolf is like, angry. He's like, he saw the lamb and he's, how dare you? How are you possibly going to, like, you're like taking my water. Just look at the, you're ruining the water that I am drinking. Which is, of course, stupid because the lamb then says, well, how is that possible? I'm like, the stream is like, the stream runs, from top to bottom, and you are the top, I'm at the bottom. How is it possible that I am ruining, your stream? That just doesn't make any sense. And the wolf is like, no, you're doing it just like your family did, I can still remember, blah, blah, blah. And he's just looking for a fight, basically. And I am just 4 weeks old. I don't know my father. Anyway, it's very, you unashamed person. You're sure shameless, essentially. Cute. That's a nice word. So, yeah, and he's just, tot oder nicht tot, weiß ich doch. Also, ihr ganzes Geschlecht mich hasst. Yeah, I gotta eat you, simple. And he just, basically ate the lamb. Das Gewissen regt sich so einem großen Bösewicht. Such doch das. Yeah, and the whole idea is at the very end you have, a little saying. Essentially here, I don't know all the words, but it's okay to guess first, and only then should you double click and check. Yeah, so so essentially, some people just look for like a way to instigate you. They don't really need anything to have actually happened, if I were to say it that way. So the wolf, was that a wolf? Yeah, the wolf wanted to kill. He needed a reason to do so, though, but it doesn't have to be a real reason. He just made up a reason, just to protect, just to appease, just to like satisfy the conscience that, hey, this person actually did something wrong. You know what they say? There's a saying in English that's similar. An accusing finger always finds it's a little bit different, but yeah, you get the idea. Okay, now what do we learn from this? Start very directly in the action. There should be a dialogue. Dialogue essentially, like with these quotation marks. And then there's a little bit of an argument, and how are they going to fix the argument? Simple, the wolf eats the lamb, and at the very end you have this like sentence. What's the moral, right? You might have to create your own. My idea was, I was actually looking at a few, let me find that on my phone. There's a page on Wikipedia, not on Wikipedia, it's something else. Wiki Dictionary, I think, something like that. Oh yeah, D.M. Oh yeah. Wiktionary. Wait. Wiktionary. So you can like go through this list, and yep, there we go. And you can kind of choose your, moral. And the quotes. This is very fun. I actually read this a few days ago, like on a website. This is brevity is the soul of wit. So like, essentially, there's eine ist was andere Seife. One man's meat is another man's poison. All those pages. Wow, these are like go. This is also very traditional. A bird in hand is better than two in the bush. I'm not sure if I need something here. Vorsicht ist besser als Nachsicht. Maybe you start from like the beginning, possibly. Trust is great, but checking is better. Just being sure. Ignorance is no excuse against punishment. It's all kinds of things. My idea is, I think the moral of my story is simply not to trust blindly, and sometimes, it's also about how some people just don't change. Not about changing, but it's essentially similar in a way that a leopard never changes its spots. But of course you can't say leopard since you don't have a leopard, you have a snake. Oh wow. Cool. Oh, that's a lot. Ooh. They're supposed to be essentially a way for you to tell a story about people instead of using actual people. That's essentially what it is. Oh, there's so many pages here. Appetite. Let me see if there's a few. It's totally getting that. Whoa, this is like a different layout entirely. I don't like this layout. There are animals. There's an end which teaches something. It's really not supposed to be complicated, but I just want to make sure. Look, it just starts so directly. Eine kleine Maus lief über ein Feld, auf dem sich eine große Löwe ausstreckte. Yep, the same story that I just told you. Let me live. I'm so tired. Maybe I can be useful to you someday. And the line is like, okay. Very, very direct. But I kind of had like a backstory, which now I think maybe it's kind of unnecessary to delay. Was ist davor behandelt? Versprechen gehalten. Erzählteil. Ausgangssituation. Erzählteil. There's a narrative. There's a dialogue. It's just 3 parts essentially. There's a lot of popular ones. Oh, if somebody does something bad, we'll always, pay for it. If you lie once, no one will believe you, even when it's like, that's why we say cry wolf, because, no one's gonna believe you. Be happy with what you have. What pride comes for the fall. Boo. Okay. think I've like read enough. Maybe I'll read a few more. This is good. Well, where are the stories? Oh, this is like rhyming, which is you can do it, but that's not really necessary. These are like just starts very directly in the action. A big dog and a small gave a small piece of flesh. Brauchst du mit seiner Beute davon? Als über eine schmale Glied fiel, so fällt sein Blick ins Wasser. Heute habe ich wirklich Glück, sein Stück Fleisch einmal größer aus. Gefäß gestürzt. Konnte den Hund mit dem Schopf entdecken. Bark und Biss nach dem Hund. Oh. Essentially, you don't always have to say your moral. It can even just be very evident, like with the actions. Temple. Pond. Okay, they had a dry pond, and so they went ahead. In the comments link came up. Sie tun so gleich hinaus. Oh. Alles Schrampen. I give up. Er macht keine Bewegung, blickt auf den Boden des Gefäßes und er trank. Sein Gefährte aber kämpfte mit weiter bis tief. Die Nacht da fühlte er den besten Butterbock. One frog gave up. The other one was successful in getting out because he didn't give up, and he was just working, and he eventually felt a few pieces of butter under his feet, and so he was able to then jump. A very small story, nothing huge, as you can see. You can even just begin with the dialogue. Yes, gosh. Oh, this is rhyming. I don't need that. is so tiny. It doesn't even have to be huge. So these are very tiny. These can of course be a bit longer, as you can see. But anyway, that's a bit old too. Archive.org doesn't have the best. It's very messy. Maybe you read this. Bruder. Oh, jährlich sagst. I breed 8 to 10 children. I teach them how to eat. Feed mit ihnen und lebe von Kindern, Enkel, Urenkel, während ihr kaum ein paar aushecket. Okay, what is Tauber? Okay, well, that's just a pigeon then. Okay, the pigeon is bragging. And what's that? The queen? Crow, pigeon and the crow. Okay, still. Willkommen weiter. Also, wie Junge du hast, so wie der Maler hast, so trauert zu leben. Kaum haben sie die ersten Federn. Die ersten Federn. Oh wow. Auf den Tafeln. So ist es im Leben. Kurze Freude, viel Leid. Boah. Da krachen die Freuden uns vom Gedächtnis. So ist es. Short happiness, a lot of stuff, and still you remember the happiness in your memory a lot more. This is so tiny, but it teaches you quite a lot. It's a challenge coming up with something so tiny. This is funny. It's really small. Wow. Gegen diese Offenheit konnte der Wolf nichts einwenden und er ließ das Schaf laufen. Wahrheit manchmal auch auf Feinde Eindruck macht. Truth often leaves an impression on enemies. It's weird because a wolf usually shouldn't do that, but anyway. It's very tiny. Und vielen Tränen großen schwer ins Gras, der es niederträgt, der das Spiel bei dem Gespott der grieved over. Dann ist schwer sogar alleine Name, schwer draußen rein. Dann kann man daher der Holter an. Und 9 weiße Schafe glückten sein kleine Gemeinschaft von das Schwarze. Oh, komm her, ich warte hier. Du darfst mich verspacken, werde meinen Lebenslauf und friss mich bitte auf. Der Wolf begann zu verstehen. Jedoch das schwarze Fell, erfüllt den Wolf mit Schrecken. Er steht, er lügt. Ein Sprung im Weg, der Wolf fliegt in den Wald zurück. Den Wolf, das böse Luder. Jedoch der Überschritten das ist das schwarze Schaf. Ist nicht gefahren, man lag, schreit, klingt, schaut, Biest mit schwarzen Haaren. Der Schwarz. Man denkt ungefähr 6 Grad. Oh, der Lord hat die Schaf. Lass uns mit frischer Mord begehren. Are there any stories where okay, you start directly. Okay, now I need a word reference. What do you call a bunch of sheep? Okay, so it's a herd. So in a herd. A herd of sheep. So that's this. Whoop. I'm pretty sure it's long, but I just need to check. And that's plural and it's neutral. Okay. Okay, so this is plural. Shaf. That should be there. Der Schafe, perfect. Okay, so eine Herde der Schafe. Since this is writing, you need to use the simple past tense. So don't say haben geweint. This is the past perfect form. You use this only in speaking, okay? You're writing a story first, you're narrating it, so you need to use the simple past form. For example, weinten. Let me just check if that is correct. I recommend having all of these websites with you when you're doing this, or any homework really. I'm sure you noticed I always have, for example, I have word reference for finding new words. I have DeepL just to check if my work is correct, kind of a translation. I have derartikel.de, and I also usually have Verbformen, so you can check tenses and stuff. There's also another website, which one is it? I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, Rechtschreibprüfung. There's a Duden Rechtschreibprüfung. It's great, it checks your text for errors. So, eine Herde der Schafe weinten. I'm just going to check if that is correct. Weinen, it becomes weinten. Great. Sie weinten. Warum weinten sie? Weil ein kleines Lämmchen starb. Als sie das Leichnam des kleines sahen, is that right? I'm gonna check. So, sah, okay, so sahen, perfect. Oh yeah. Das Leichnam, oh, that's weird. I'm gonna check if Leichnam is, oh, maybe I got it wrong. Let me check. You can say Leiche, which is kind of like, okay, corpse, but a more respectful word is Leichnam, which okay, it's there, that's okay, well, of course, I thought it was das for some reason. I never checked though. I usually find words like this when I'm listening to podcasts and stuff, watching YouTube videos in German, right? So I come across words. I usually like watching, investigative stuff and, disappearances, cold cases, stuff like that. So yeah, this is like the wrong grammar. There should be klein. Okay, let me think about it. I don't want to check off okay, Lämmchen. Chen endings are always das. Okay, so des. Oh yeah. Boah. Lämmchens. Okay, now how do I fix the ending? Should be this is genitive. Des should be n. I'm pretty sure it should be n. Yeah, I was right. Great. Whew. I'll see then. Okay. Eine Herde der Schafe weinten, als sie den Leichnam des kleinen süßen Lämmchens sahen. And then there'll be a little dialogue between a few. They'll find bite marks, fang marks on the body. They'll be looking for, this is my idea, this is just an idea, that they realize that the little lamb died because of the snake. Because I see the marks, of course, when a snake bites you, you see snake bite marks. And then they're worried about their safety, and they're thinking, oh my God, how are we going to protect ourselves from the snakes? How are you going to protect yourself from a snake? They're so tiny. They can, what? It's not like a wolf or something. You build a big gate or whatever and it doesn't come. A snake just slithers and slithers, and my God, I am scared of snakes, honestly. I don't even live in a place where there's any snakes nearby. Very, very sad. I've never seen a snake in my life, except for when we went to another state entirely. So yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so the thing is, they see, okay, the little baby, the baby lamb, it's dead because a snake bit him, and they're scared. How do we keep ourselves safe? How do we keep our family safe? How do we keep our children safe? And they're very upset about the whole thing. And then a snake comes up and he's like, I'm so sorry for your loss. Like, oh, this is so bad. Like, I can't believe they would do this. I mean, it's like completely wrong, because a snake, I don't know, do snakes eat lambs? I'm gonna have to Google that, because I think the snake just killed the lamb for fun. So I don't know. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Jeez, wow, that is weird. Whoa. What the hell do snakes eat? Okay. What do snakes eat? Really? They eat mice. I know they eat mice. I hate snakes. They're so scary. You see, they eat cats, puppies, young babies. Yeah, they eat lambs. Great. They eat rabbits. Rabbits are obviously very tiny, and the baby rabbits are even tinier. I know because I have rabbits, and they're, trust me, they're very, it's like completely, they're such scared little things in the beginning, of course, as a pet owner. So I'm not sure if I should change this to rabbits, because obviously a lamb is really dumb, and like they're very naive. That's the whole point of the story. Now a rabbit would naturally not, I mean, yeah, rabbits are kind of similar in terms of character. I'm not sure about this. Of course, I can just change the story later on. I don't have to make that decision right now. First, I want to really flesh out my story. So they were crying, looking at the body. I'm not sure if I should give them names, but so yeah, my idea is that this snake, he pretends he's a good guy, and he comes up and he's like, "Oh my God, you guys! I can't believe this snake, killed your baby. That is so horrible. You know what? I'm a snake. I know how these guys are. I can protect you. I can keep you safe. I can, when you're sleeping, I can, slide around your, like your, what's it called? A pen? Something like that. I can basically slide around, your property and just make sure there's no snakes around. I'm huge. I'm so long. I'm dangerous as well. I can easily bite any snake that comes your way, because I really feel bad about what the snake did to you." And so they're not trusting him in the beginning, but a few snakes, a few sheep are like, you know what, that makes sense. This guy, I mean, he's he's a snake, and of course he knows what snakes are like, and this is like the best defense we could have. And the other sheep are like, I don't really trust this fellow, but they're like convinced by the older, wiser, seemingly wiser sheep, that, hey, no, this is a good idea. Like, what else are we gonna do? He could even protect us against other animals, like whatever, I don't know, whatever otherwise. So all the sheep get convinced, and this is actually a master plan by the snake, because the sheep are obviously very dumb, and they're leading themselves to their own downfall because they really believe the snake after what a snake did to one of them. And you'll find parallels in that. That's actually inspired a lot by real, events that I read about. You can kind of, get the point, I'm sure. But yeah, well, obviously, your greatest predator, and you're trusting your greatest predator to protect you just because of a few nice words. People do that all the time. So anyway, so the snake is like, wow, jackpot, I can't believe these people are so stupid. And then he starts killing them one by one. And the other sheep are like, hold on, what is going on? They're still dying. What is the snake doing? Is he not taking care? But the snake is gonna be, oh no, look at me, I have like all this blood on me. Do you see? I tried to bite the wolf, but he was just too strong. But I did injure him, so he's never gonna come back. And like the snake keeps killing one of the sheep one by one. And he makes up stories that, oh no, it was a wolf, oh no, it was a tiger, oh no, it was this, and oh no, it was that, it was a monkey or whatever, I don't know. And the dumb sheep are like, they believe him. Some of the sheep are super suspicious, but as a group, they're like, okay, no, he's got a point. There's so many wild animals out there. We should be lucky it's just one of us that's died and not so many. And so this keeps happening until more and more of them die. I don't want this to be a huge story, but it just happened. I'm gonna have to cut it short, of course, but away, and now they're like, you know, like there's just a few left. Maybe there's like, maybe there were 6 sheep in the beginning. Now there's just, you know, 2 of them, and I don't know how this ends really. But yeah, the snakes want a really happy person. Well, it's an animal, not a person. That's kind of the point that I'm leading to. That, you know, if you, I mean, if you're gonna be stupid, then, I mean, as they say in German, selber schuld. It's your own fault. Your misery is your own fault when you do something. When you trust the wrong, you know, people, right? It's kind of like, I don't know. I feel like, anyway, I'm not gonna explain too much because that's the point of the story. How many? You don't want to have like 50 sheep, because that would be kind of stupid. I mean, the story is going to be too long. Then I don't know that much German at this point. Okay, let me just should I keep these, or, and you can see it's always just, you know, simple past. There's no perfect past, okay, in the stories, because like I said, it's written, so you have to use that form. Okay. I think I'm essentially done with the, you know, because I was thinking that I would, okay, let me write that down. Here's my plan originally, was to spend, you know, 9 to 10 reading, and then 11 to 13, oh come on, 11 to 13 writing, then maybe like 14 to 15 music, because I'm gonna create it. No, 14 to 15 record, because I might need 2 days, and then like 16 to 17, that's not gonna be possible. That was my original plan. I'm gonna create a little video, nothing special, just like text, that's it. So like have you ever watched a lyric video? That's what I'm gonna make, something like that. Not obviously, these are not lyrics, of course, but just like, you know, something that you can read while you're listening. And then I'll put the whole thing up on YouTube as well. So this is my original plan. 18th, however, is the deadline. I want to upload mine on 17th evening. So today is the 9th. It's actually the 9th right now. Oh, okay, great. That means I have like one more day, because it's 1:36 a.m. right now. So that's my plan. But I'm done essentially reading. So I'm gonna finish writing by the 12th. I'm gonna take 2 days to record. It does depend. I want to, because again, my voice is not the best. It's like my throat hurts, so maybe I already have a lot of the music down, so I don't necessarily have to. I just need to like play it. That's why I got like a cable today, so I could connect my keyboard to my computer, create a little motif that plays in the background. I already have a lot of it. I already recorded some of it. I just need to like professionally like do a clean recording. So I think this is a good plan, but I'm done reading essentially. I don't need so much time to read, so that's gonna be, it's always good to create a plan, even if you don't follow it 100%. No one follows plans 100%, okay? No, but if you don't create a plan at all, you'll have nothing to stick to. So my initial plan was like from 1st December to 4th December, and obviously that didn't work well because I fell ill on the 30th. So yeah. So, okay, eine Herde der Verweinten, als sie den Leichnam des kleinen süßen Lämmchens sahen. Oh, they're shocked. Should I give them names? I don't know. I want at least 2 of the sheep to have a discussion with each other. How do we, you know, protect ourselves? How do we, and then maybe the snake will be like, hey, I just, you know, heard you guys talking. This sounds so weird when you put it like that. Anyway, okay, what would they say? What would they say? What would they say? I need to like think of a dialogue. Oi, what's that? Where are the quotation marks? You have to use the right quotation marks. Right now, I'm just making do, okay? Can you like, I want a female sheep and I want a male sheep. So what do you call a female sheep? That is so weird. okay, maybe you can give her like a, there's oh, I don't know, none of these have, you see, it's just, you know, Schwein, Eichel, there's no names. Fish, no names. There are two of them. The eine, the andere. I mean, there's no names. I don't think I should give them. I just say eine. Yeah, that. Antwortete. Oh, fragte. Fragte. Ui, that should be capital. I mean, I'm gonna check. Der eine, der andere. Der eine. Oh, those are kind. Die einen, die anderen. Der eine steht so, der andere. What would be der eine? That's weird. Der einen. So I'm just writing it down. Could be wrong, but at this point, I don't care too much. I'm gonna fix that later, of course. Hund, sagt der Hund. Interrupt. What do you interrupt? What's this? Oh yeah. Oh, viel mehr mitten im Satz im Wort. Two. Okay, looks like this is more. Okay, I'm gonna copy the structure. Viel Schlange. That is a huge thing. Jemand viel mehr mitten ins Wort. Oh, mid-sentence. Mit. Oh. Jemanden ins Wort fallen. word. Feel. That's weird. Why are these? That is weird. Okay. I overheard. Why is this in English? That is so weird. Up here. Couldn't stop myself from coming here, something like that. Kaum glauben. Oh, it's female? I had no idea. Oh, that should be capital? Okay. Ist doch. Sinnloser Tod. Den kalt. Oops. Well, I would be cold. Der kleine. Okay. Puh. Okay, just see. If it doesn't exist, student. Okay, blue one. Oh, okay. Decliner. Well, can masculine or feminine? Okay. Why did the small one have to die? They're grieving, of course. Decliner. Ooh, hunted. I know hunting is yeah. Okay, yeah. Oh, okay. There's a what's wrong? And you will have mistakes, that's fine. You can always check that later. Bellow. But sheep don't bellow, they have no power, so I couldn't really say that. What do you call? Oh, yes. Yamat. Yaman. Yamata. I mean, Zakta is like, okay, normal, but you're not going to say Yamata. It's more expressive. Protect. See, where is Schützen? Beschützen. Okay, beschützen. That's weird. Protect, defend from. Why? Okay, then. Okay. This is okay. Is this what tense is this? Okay, but beschützen. Which Seine Sohn? What? I don't think that's right. Okay, this is just normal. Okay. Wait, what's that? Protect or provide protection, defend from attack. This is the right meaning. Abschirmen. What again is more like avoid, isn't it? Beschützen. Wait. Okay, there's some options. I'm just gonna leave a blank here. And then this guy, the snake, interrupts. Oh, mein tiefstes Beileid. Aber ich hab sie ab und konnte kaum glauben, dass so etwas mit ihm passiert ist. I just can't believe it. I couldn't believe that something like this could actually happen. He's trying to fake sympathy. Naturally, they're really angry and what's the word? What's the word? I want the word. There's a good word here. I'm like shameless. Oh yes. No, not this one. Not this one. Tauber. No. What do you call someone who's ungrateful? There was a word, I forgot it. Oh, that's really irritating. Schamloser. Yeah, dreist. Oh, that's the word. Dreist. Salop is an insult. Wait. Oh, casual. Dreist. Oh wow, related words. Oh, it's the story with the wolf and yep, I think this is the one. Could be wrong though. Oh yes, exactly. Where is it? Du Unverschämter. Yes. Du Unverschämter. You. Perfect. I was right. Sheep don't really bellow, so I can't say he bellowed or maybe yelled. Schreien. Schreiten. Schrie, okay. Schrie. Again, I don't know if I want to write their names or use eine, andere, dritte, vierte. Du Unverschämter. Just think. Du Unverschämter. How dare you show your face here? How dare How dare you? How dare you? Is word reference? Oh, where is word reference? Oh no, there is word reference. Okay, there we go. Wie kannst du es wagen? For I cannot find. Oh, nice. Was fehlt Ihnen ein? Yeah, I think was fehlt Ihnen ein is far more common. Was fehlt dir ein? Was fehlt dir ein? Du Unverschämter, was fällt dir ein? Dass du hier so and since it's a dialogue, I'm gonna use the past perfect form of du, dich, entschieden. Okay. Here, what is wrong? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna leave that because I'm gonna submit this somewhere for correction. Not to the teachers because they've said that they're not going to correct this for us. It's kind of part of our job as a student. So I'm going to leave the mistakes there. Right now I just want to get the flesh of my story down. I'll change, modify, edit. That happens later. How could you dare to show your face here? Of course it's in English. Du Unverschämte. Euer ganzes Geschlecht. Euer ganzes Geschlecht. Your entire like species, race. Okay, race. That's interesting. Ooh, but I can't use the same expression. Unverschämter is okay. I can't just like copy this. That would be wrong. Was fehlt dir ein, dass du dich entschied? Oh, I keep these. Ich habe mich verärgert. Du hast dich verärgert. Yeah, what's wrong with this? Die andere. They like started to run behind. Fangen, zurück nach Hause. Fangen, okay. Well, no, why would they go back home? That's weird. I want to say that they were kind of worried. I'm going to bring it down here. This is already quite a lot. I'm a bit worried. It's gonna end up being huge. It shouldn't be. That's the whole point. It shouldn't be huge. It should be quick. Because they're mostly for kids, right? And kids don't really have a huge attention span. We're talking about 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. They're not gonna read 3 or whatever pages. They're not going to. So think about that. I really want this to be something good. Let me just try and read and see, like, because I think she said it should be like 2-3 minutes. I don't know. I don't recall. Maybe I'll ask because I'm not really sure. So, eine Herde der Schafe weinten, als sie den kalten Leichnam des kleinen süßen Lämmchens sahen. Wofür jagt die böse Schlange der Kleine? Fragte der einen. Was für ein sinnloser Tod, jammerte der andere. Wie sollen wir unsere Kinder und unsere Familien beschützen? Fragte der Dritte. Mein tiefstes Beileid, fiel eine Schlange ins Wort. Aber ich hörte sie ab und konnte kaum glauben, dass so etwas mit ihnen passiert ist. Du Unverschämter, schrie der Vierte. Was fällt dir ein, dass du dich entscheidet hast, hier zu kommen? Die andere Schafe fangen. Okay, that's 40 seconds. I'm gonna write that down. So that's okay. Not bad. Okay, so I think I'm done with the reading. I don't necessarily have to particularly read anything. So I'm gonna have the 9th tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna continue. 9 to 11 I think is good for writing, and that's all I'm gonna need. Perfect. They started to flee. Maybe they started to hide. Okay, sie haben sich versteckt. Okay. Sei nicht ängstlich, oder bitte, the snake wants to say, hey, please don't, I'm not gonna harm you, I'm not gonna, ich tue nix, okay? Ich tue ihnen, I'm like ashamed of my species. It takes time to write a very short thing. It takes so much time. Okay, I'm just writing parts because I'm gonna, I need to find the right word or whatever, but at least I need to have the skeleton of my story, so, you can always make changes later. Please don't be afraid. Fürchtet euch nicht, bitte. She tried to pacify. Yeah, I teach essentially English for exams, and the biggest part of that is teaching writing and speaking skills. Now when you're writing, of course, if you're handwriting with a pencil or pen, it's a bit different, but most people take a computer-based exam, and so the most important thing is just get something down on paper. You can always change it later. It's not like written in stone, right? At least get the skeleton down. You can make minor changes. You have a full, big picture of the whole thing, and then you can do whatever you need. What is wrong? What is wrong? Okay. This is actually something I heard in a documentary. I don't know. Someone's. It was a long time ago. I watched a documentary, and somebody had passed away. And, somebody wrote their family member a card saying, oh, was für ein sinnloser Tod. And, the wife was not happy about hearing that, because the dude committed suicide, so yeah. What a meaningless death, though. This poor thing didn't do anything. And, of course, the snake didn't even eat the lamb. It just, hunted, for fun. That's obviously meaningless and stupid, isn't it? I would like to apologize on behalf of, right? Ich will mich entschuldigen. will mich wegen something the behavior benehmen. I'm not sure. Let me check. Behavior. Benehmen. I was right. Oh, Now, what an animal use Verhalten? You as a human being would use Verhalten, but the animal wouldn't say. Yeah, I would say maybe benehmen. Wegen des Benehmens. Meiner Geschlecht entschuldigen. I mean, I'm gonna put that into detail. Does it make sense when I write something like that? I want to apologize for the behavior, but it should be my race, cause this is, oh no, Geschlecht is not feminine. It's okay. I want to apologize for. Geschlecht can of course be that, but then it's species, race. Okay, let me just check. Nationalität, no. Geschlecht, you see that? They wouldn't say race, they would probably say species or something like that. Yeah, Geschlecht, Familie. Okay, well, I'm gonna keep that. Meines Geschlechts entschuldigen. Yay! That's nice. I've got a good amount of content. I'm kind of tired. My throat hurts too, so this is like 1/3 of my story, maybe 1/4 of my story. Not definitely 1/3. Maybe even like 1/5. How many words is this? It's 115. Okay. Dead. I don't know. I want like there. I don't. Is there no word for masculine? Seriously? Du doofes Schaf. You know, it's like you have Katze, but then you even have Kater. Kater, I don't know. But yeah, and you have Hund, but there's also Hundin, you know? So there should be Piaffe. It should exist. It should. Why not? Really, why not? What is this? Doesn't make any sense. No. Oh, shit. Oh no. I'm just gonna search for that later. Schreibt eine, this is the whole dialogue. Aber ich hörte sie ab und konnte kaum glauben, dass so etwas mit ihnen passiert ist. Du Unverschämter! Was fällt dir ein, dass du das geschrieben hast? Jetzt kommt das. That's good. I'm gonna copy and check. Sounds nice. Oh. For euch. Okay. Oop, there we go. There's a mistake. What's the word? Yeah. Here's you guys. Here you go. Should be euch because it's. Oh yeah, I'm so dumb. Mit euch. Mit is euch. Is it? I think so. Anyway, I'll just put that in here. Mit euch. Is that right? I don't know. I'm gonna check later. That's good enough. You know what? I'm too tired to continue. I'm gonna do this later. I think this is good enough. For now, at least I have something. So this is in total 116 words. Great. How big? This is already kind of large. I mean, we're not even. This is just a dialogue. I'm gonna have to make sure it's less than 300 words. I think. I'm gonna ask tomorrow what's the maximum word count. This is like 40 seconds. I know this one other person, she, I'll show you. Fabel. So here it is. I'm not going to show you because it has her name and I want to protect her privacy. But it's this here. It is, let me look at the time. Because there's one person from the entire class that has already done their project and it's 1 minute and that's the other person's 1 minute and 43 seconds. Okay, well, that's really short. I mean, it's good that it's short, but I'm already at 40 seconds and there's no solution. The problem hasn't even started. Okay, but it's a nice dialogue, no? Okay, well, anyway, I'm gonna stop here. Too tired. But I will definitely be here later. That's tomorrow, in fact. I might not do these, the language learning streams for a few days. Maybe just like 3, 4, 5 days. Because I really want to get this done. It's a big source of stress. So anyway, I'll see you later. Good night. Cheers.